to Ashling's Holistic Health Show. I'm Aisling Fitzgibbon, holistic nutrition coach and occupational therapist. This show brings you the best tools and ideas for you to take your health into your own hands, your true place of power.
So thank you everyone for joining me on Ashling's Holistic Health Show. Today I have a special guest with me coming all the way from Dublin. And this is my friend Aidan Killian. Aidan is a stand-up comedian and also previously he was an investment banker. Oh, don't say that to anyone. I met Aidan back in 2012 in a Boghill Centre in County Clare, and this was like a weekend about Awake in Ireland, and it was really, I suppose, people coming together not very happy about different issues that we were becoming aware of. My issue obviously was the fluoride, and Aidan was standing up as a comedian and basically weaving together all of these issues but doing it through comedy. So obviously I had an instant connection with Aidan and have been friends with him ever since, but we've kind of, we've gone on our separate journeys, so we haven't touched base in a while. So it's great to see where you're at and just to kind of see where you've evolved to now at this point in your journey.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Hi, Aisling. Hello, Aisling's friends and followers. Where have I been? Yeah, Boghill was an adventure. They got loads of like 24, maybe 30 of us or something in one area. We all talked and asked where we were at and where Ireland was at that time. But I suppose all those problems are gone now that everybody in Ireland has kept their properties and we've got rid of fluoride and and the government has started to do exactly of the will of the people, and we've kept all our natural resources, our oil and our fish. We've kept the carb. We got rid of fish farms and the GMO potatoes. They're all gone. We're back to like healthy living in a conscious, happy, awakened Ireland. We're on path. So what did I do? I've done lots since then. I've done comedy gigs, mainly comedy gigs. I tried a show, Jesus versus Buddha. I went into meditation for a while, and I found a lot of peace. I really enjoyed that show a lot. That was a calm show for me. There was less anger in it. And then I did Whistleblowers because there was a lot about Julian Assange, Edward Snowden, Chelsea Manning. She's been released now, which is kind of cool. And that show was really powerful. At the end of the show, I showed people getting killed. The collateral murder video, which is a comedy show to show video. I showed a little 2-minute bit. Kids getting killed. That was really powerful. I got some good reviews over in Edinburgh and all around the world. And then I tried to do banking. I tried to really get into money and explain it last. And that show just didn't reach the level that I was used to. I was never really happy with it. Maybe I just wasn't able to do it because I did put in a good bit of work. And this year I have started writing a show, but it's not funny yet. And it's going to be more inclusive, and I'm going to call it How to Be Irish. So I'm going to go around talking to Irish people, finding out what does it mean to be Irish, because I'm traveling the world at the moment, and everywhere I go people say, oh, you're Irish, I love Irish people. And which is nice. It's kind of racist, but they're just presuming I'm a good person just because I'm Irish. But I let them away with their friendly racism, and I'm trying to work out, because we get called like the fighting Irish, but here we consider ourselves quite subservient, actually. Like even in Dublin, I'm sure you've seen the lampposts with the Latin phrase, obedientia civium urbis felicitas. Happy are the people in the city who obey. So I consider us quite an obedient race, if you call us a race, or people, I suppose. Fighting Irish. I want to look at this with the meaning of the sovereign seal. I want to talk about Independence Day. Why do we not celebrate it or know it? I want to talk about our the funness, the crack, everything, and I want to keep it inclusive, but also with some messages, because you get people in. How to Be Irish is like everyone will want to see that, Irish and non-Irish people. And then I'll have some good solid points, but I'm going to try and do it from a place of just fun for a change. Maybe Maybe just take it a bit lighter. I mean, I'll still have stuff in it, but I'm meant to be a comedian. I met Ronan O'Snuddig, that wonderful musician, my favourite musician.
From Keela.
He used to be in Keela. He's still in Keela, but he's such a warrior and this Celtic spirit of him. And he said to me, well, he didn't say it to me, he said it to the other people in the group. He goes, see this guy Aidan? I saw him do an hour show about whistleblowers, and it wasn't funny. No, listen, but it was brilliant. But the whole show, you know what I mean? It wasn't funny. It was beyond funny. It was brilliant. Like, but I realized,
yeah, brilliant, but it wasn't funny.
yeah, I know. And he's right. He's fucking right. You know. Sorry, I shouldn't.
No, it's like there's a very few people, I suppose, like in the Bog Hill. I think because you were talking about stuff that nobody would actually talk about in a comedic sense, like making a laugh at the whole thing. And I think it's because if you're so into something, you'll actually find that funny. Whereas kind of people who are not are like, that's not funny. You know, it's like you have to find
fluoride in the water. People are going to die of cancer. That's not funny. That's not funny.
That's so funny. No, I love the idea of this. The Irish. That's really good.
That's where I'm at. I want to like go into St. Patrick. He's actually a British guy, an agent of Rome. He got rid of the snakes. There were no snakes. What did the snakes represent? Some people say it was the bards. You were talking to Thomas Sheridan. He'd know a lot. In fact, I'll ask Thomas about this.
Yeah, he'd know a lot.
The bards were the same people, so actually he got rid of the bards. Some people claim that he killed 800 bards because they were the carriers of wisdom. Because pre-Patrick, there was no Christianity. Afterwards, there was Christianity. So either everybody just changed overnight, went, "Oh, we were wrong. What's this new thing? I'm in," or else they were forced to. So I'm looking at that, and I think that'd be great. So we're celebrating the person who's damaged and killed our Irish culture maybe more than anybody else in the world.
Yeah.
We may as well have it like, you know, St. King George V Day.
Yeah. And also because I feel like all that kind of culture, I suppose, there is a sense of becoming very jaded with, say, the mainstream culture, which is very kind of devoid of soul. And I think kind of going back into that is kind of reconnecting us with what we're disconnected from. I think there's like a remembrance in people. They're like, there's something in that.
Yeah, remembrance. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I like that. We when we were in Kerry, you took me to Queen Scotia, her grave. And I was looking into that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but she was the daughter of, I think, Akhenaten married Nefertiti.
Yeah.
Nefertiti had a child. They had a child, Tutankhamun, and his half sister is Scotia.
Yeah.
Her kids came to Ireland. Actually, it's a beautiful. I think it was Ronan. Ronan was telling me about that. There's like an Irish poem about her kids, her children, the boys who landed in Ireland, and the first one was a poet, and that's why Ireland became the place of literature and poetry and music, right? But I'm going to find that and look into it. That'd be perfect for my show. But yeah, when I see stuff like that, or even going to a dolmen, I always feel very connected to whatever Ireland is to me.
Yeah, when I was talking to Thomas, wasn't it, last week, and he was saying that he actually's been sleeping in different sites.
He must be broke. We'll get him an sleeping bag.
But like to immerse himself, to actually connect back into the land and the history.
Oh, that's beautiful.
He said he's actually just spent so much time just actually sleeping there and going into them and just immersing himself completely in it.
Beautiful. Oh, I can't wait to chat to him. Okay, yeah, great. Well, that's kind of probably what I need to do for my show.
Exactly, a bit of background research.
We'll all be asleep in a dolmen soon.
Yeah.
So that's it. I've traveled the world. I was in Africa and all over Asia, Australia. I did gigs with the guy called Phil Kay.
Oh, yeah.
Phil Kay from Scotland, and he won lots of awards. And for me, he's probably the best comedian in the world.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen him do a brand new hour like in a day based on what we did that morning, and like it's hilarious. He connects to, like, if there's a vortex, and there's hypothetically, right, and there's the essence of humor, right? That's the essence of humor. He sometimes can just connect fully to it, and everything he says is like just a perfect connection to hilarity of what's going on in the room. And I've never seen, and I love Tommy Tiernan and Billy Connolly and Bill Hicks and George Carling, and they're phenomenal. They're brilliant comedians. But I've never seen anyone do what he does consistently. Just pluck, just boom. It's like playing music. So I was lucky enough to tour with him in Australia, and day in, day out, he was just doing just this really funny stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's coming over to Ireland for a few gigs. He's doing one in Whelan's in July 28th. Anybody's welcome. Or there's one in Bray and maybe Dundalk, and so that's happening. And yeah, I'm just really lucky. I get to, he has that Celtic spirit thing going on. Well, I don't know if you'd like it classified that way, but he's got something magical about him.
Mm. Yeah, because comedy. Because I was actually last week at a puppeteering masterclass of all things.
Ah, beautiful. My girlfriend does that puppeteering.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, she makes her own puppets.
Oh wow, yeah, because the guy he was from New York, this guy Chris Green, and he's like one of the very few people that have worked professionally as a puppeteer, and they put on shows like in America and New York and whatnot, and they were actually saying that like from Eastern philosophy that puppeteer masters would have been regarded as priests. They would have actually been like they said basically a connection between the divine to be able to communicate to people. So it's like if you're using puppets, they actually are very magical. Do you know, like you kind of think, oh, they're just for children, they're just silly. But actually, when they're used as an art form, they actually have a very, magical effect on the audience because you're connecting to the subconscious mind. So you're able to bring across your messages whatever way you want to, whatever you're talking about, in a way that's not like hitting the conscious mind. So it's like indirectly affecting consciousness.
Wow, it's like the storyteller, isn't it?
Mm.
Storyteller, but you're right. It's more subtle because it's like it brings you back to the nostalgia of being a child as well.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I've had lots of conversations with many people over the past year, and the same kind of thing keeps coming back up, which is just how powerful comedy is and how much we need more of that and more, but not just comedy just for the sake of it, but actually to kind of connect in with like what you're doing, connecting into a deeper meaning of what's been lost in this kind of culture that we've just become completely in the material.
Well, comedy's beautiful because it makes people laugh, and when people laugh, whether it's two people or whether 1,000 people, if you laugh together, you all get something at the same time.
Mm.
So it's an instant connection. If you're really laughing and you're with a friend or friends, you kind of look around because you see this and it's funny if they're laughing, and it's great. So therefore, we all know that laughter is good and you release endorphins and you're happier and you're less stressed. So we know it's good for us. It's definitely a positive experience for a human, or for probably animals too, but certainly for humans.
Yeah.
So for me, it's about what are you actually saying though. For Phil K can say anything, but I look at it and actually he exudes love because he doesn't make points as such. But if I look at everything he says, it's always really positive. It's always looking at like the miracle of life without being preachy. Like I'll take on whistleblowers or the banks or corruption or fluoride. I'll take an issue and talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas he'll just talk about, how he survived from diving into he dived once and missed a rock and he cuts off the skin of his nose and he's there and he's like so happy. He's so happy that he didn't die, right? Most of us would be like, oh no, man, I hurt my nose, right?
Yeah.
But it's mainly he's about being funny. So I think it's really important about what we say with that humor. Because I could easily now make something funny about, like mother-in-laws, right? Hey, the way mother-in-laws are always like, they talk a lot and they're dicks, right? So really what I'm doing is I'm taking a group of people and I'm just saying mean stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, do you ever notice the way all Protestants are like this? Hey, do you ever notice the way those Jews are like this? Do you ever notice the way? And as soon as you do that, you're like creating separation, right? And I'm sure I've done it and do it sometimes too. But to be conscious about what we say, so I like to do that. I like to really look at it, the show that I create, and ask myself, what am I saying here? What's my point? That's what I want to say, and then I make it funny.
Yeah.
Rather than going, oh, this is funny, people laugh at it, I'm going to use it. Like I've got one joke I'm not doing it, but it's really funny and it makes people laugh and it gets me out of a mess in comedy clubs if I need a quick laugh. It's a quick joke, but it's horrific. So I don't. Is
it very rude?
Is it rude? Do you want to hear it? No, I prefer not to.
Okay, no, don't bother. No, we'll keep it clean.
It's not rude. It's just violent.
Okay, no, don't bother with it.
Yeah.
It's violent.
Yeah. So it's the and then if I do it and people laugh, then I like them even less for laughing.
Really?
Yeah, a bit. Yeah,
You're like,
sometimes.
how dare you laugh?
Yeah, well, you see, sometimes if they laugh at a joke that I don't like that much, I'm like, oh, what's wrong with you people? Start judging the audience.
Yeah.
Not great.
No, but I just think because, especially in the kind of awaken movement and people are finding out different things and whatever, they're on their own path. But it's like, it gets so heavy. In actual fact, most things are so heavy that it's just, I think for me, the balancing fact is the comedy. That's where I keep coming back to the whole time. And we haven't started yet, but we actually are going to be doing our own puppet show for YouTube.
All right, nice.
Yeah, so we're going to kind of put the whole journey of what we've gone through with the fluoride and, not just fluoride, but the whole thing through these characters. One will be the voice of the mainstream and the other will be the person who goes on their quest.
That'll be really funny. But you're right. I mean, you can't really stop people doing what they want to do. Like some people want to drink fluoride because they think it's good for them.
Yeah.
Some people want to drink it because they just don't want to look into anything. Some people want to drink Diet Coke because they think it's going to help them lose weight, and they don't want to look into what aspartame does to their brain or their body. And a lot of them will probably go, "Oh, it's better for me than sugar because it makes me skinny," right?
Yeah.
And maybe they want to believe that, and maybe that's okay because I like sometimes I see some like if it was my kid, I don't have a kid, but if it was my kid drinking Diet Coke, it wouldn't happen, right? That's a no, right? But I don't. I'm not responsible. If a kid's 18, he can do what he wants. He can drink alcohol. He can take heroin. It's not up to me. I can try and stop it, but I can't really put that judgment on everyone else in the world. Like if I'm in a comedy club and I see someone drinking Diet Coke, I'm not going to stop and go, "This is a disgrace."
I know, yeah.
I refuse to be funny after. Put the Diet Coke down. Right? Yeah. So since we can't really stop that, I think it's nice to live in a world where everybody can have the freedom to do what they want, whether it's good for them or bad for them, as long as it doesn't has a negative impact on others. What do you think of that, Aisling?
Yeah, no, I would feel that that is a very valid viewpoint because I feel like, obviously I've started studying so much about metaphysics and how reality is created. And they actually say the definition of black magic is when you try to affect the environment directly. Because it's like, if you try to directly change something, you are kind of altering the web of reality, web of existence, the divine plan, basically. That's the intelligence that runs everything. But it's like, not to say that means you don't do anything about anything, but it's like you can maybe, like for me, the things that I want to do, I'm going to do them indirectly now, as opposed to directly. And like that, certain people are at certain stages in their journey, in their evolution. And for them, they believe the government is there for them. And that's where they're at. So it's like, yes, they can then have the option of deciding that that's not actually the reality. But like they start to move out of that viewpoint. But you can't force people before it's their time. Maybe they're meant to be there for that time. It's like if somebody's meant to be a child, somebody is a baby, they're a child, they're a teenager. You can't shout at the baby to be an adult when they're not ready.
I like the way you just compared everybody who doesn't have our viewpoints to babies, to stupid babies.
Off with your
change your nappy.
Yeah. I'm using that as like, the stages of development, really. So it's like, for my grandmother, for example, she believes that the Fianna Fáil government are fantastic. And she believes the government are amazing. And she believes that doctors are amazing. And they're the everything to her. And that's her reality. So when I came in and I was going to shout, I was almost shouting at her. I didn't.
Granny!
I was like, I'm trying to save your bloodline from being annihilated. And she's like, go off with your tree-hugging friends. And I'm like, Granzo, good luck to you. Yeah. Then I realized this is futile. This is futile. It's like you can't reach every person, but the people who are meant to hear it, if that's the stage they're at, if they're meant to tune into that, and then they're starting to change their way of seeing the world, well then it will happen. But if it's not, you don't need You
I'm
know?
changing the world, right? So after 2008, when I quit banking, right, and
Yeah.
I lost all my properties and my money, I had nothing. Went on the dole for a while, got myself together, and then started making money slowly by slowly, and I had enough to live off slowly by slowly, little by little, and I
Cool.
made enough. And then I went to my world tour, and then I'm living it. Then I met a woman. It's always about a woman, Ashley. I met a woman.
Always
A
about the
French
woman.
woman, Lily. She's magnificent, and the power of traveling, the attraction to traveling the world. It's a wonderful thing as a comedian. I get to headline in different comedy clubs, Malaysia, Myanmar, aka Burma, Singapore, Brunei, Perth, Adelaide, Melbourne, everywhere. I go there, I get put up in hotels, they fly me out, they pay for my existence, I drink with people, I talk with people, I stand on stage, make people laugh, and move on to the next place. So that's what I was doing for a year. And then at this comedy club, I met this woman called Lily, and then I made that my base. So that's been my base then for another year.
Mm.
And because the power of love is even more powerful than
Isn't
the
it?
power of being able to just travel around the world living like a bard, like a comedy bard. Yes, I'm a comedy bard. I like that expression. That could be a show. So that's what I'm doing. But now I want to make money because there's a possibility I might have to have. I might choose to have children.
You totally will have children.
Yeah, but if I do, I need to have money. So now I'm choosing to be abundant. So now I'm like making money. It's the first time in years I'm actually consciously going to make money now.
Mm.
I've always made enough. I've always had enough. But now I'm setting up my own comedy festival, the Bangkok Comedy Fringe, which is happening in November, which will make some money, hopefully. And then once it works once, I'll be able to leverage that and make it brilliant.
Mm.
And since that, because I made the conscious decision, then I have a new business partner, that's Magner's International Comedy Festival, which is the largest comedy festival in Asia. So I'm now working with them, picking the comedians, and I'm part owner of the company. So that's going to make me loads of money, and I'm going to make loads of money with it. And then I intend on coming back to Ireland and running my own comedy festival as well.
Mm.
And probably in 2018.
Wow.
So I'm starting to run comedy festivals. I'm going to choose comedians that I think that I've found all over the world that have the right attitude or the right humor, the right, what I think, what I enjoy.
Mm.
And I'm going to share these nuggets of comedy brilliance with the people of Ireland.
Yeah.
They'll probably be too busy drinking Diet Coke. And I'm not going. If they're not on the telly, I don't know them.
Exactly. Who are they? Who are they? They're not on the Late Late. What?
What? They've never been on the Late Late Show, and he calls himself a comedian. Go on out of that.
Actually, yeah, because it's just like, but I feel I'm really happy to hear this. I'm really excited for you.
You just want me to have kids. You
Obviously.
just want to see what kind of little troublemakers I make.
Oh my god, they will actually be hilarious.
Yeah.
That's the combination of you and a French woman. Oh my gosh. Nobody will ever tell them what to do.
No, I'm not as feisty as I used to be. I've calmed down. Most of the time, I'm pretty calmed down. Yeah. I'm not really a fighter anymore.
No, but it's funny because I was talking to Thomas, and he was saying it's like you can't say a teenager all the time because we're talking about activism, and he was like, you can't be a teenager for your whole life, you know. You have to like grow up and become an adult and kind of get your stuff together.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Like it's true. I don't even when I'm dealing with banks now, because I wrote the book Dear Plonker, which is all about beating the e-flow and beating the banks. You've read it, right? Yeah, right. So, and I did all of that, and I did it. But once I've done it, I'm like, now I don't really do that.
Mm.
I did have a problem with a bank recently. They sent me a credit card without me asking. I was abroad, and they have this new tap one where you tap it or something.
Yeah.
But I didn't ask for it, and they sent me this, and I was like, all right, well, you cut off my credit card, and now I don't have one. I want access to my funds. And they were like saying no to me. They were telling me no, so I'd forgotten how to fight. So I had to go. I got my book, and I started quoting myself. I just flicked through my own book.
So funny. You're teaching yourself from your own book.
Yeah, right. And I just took some of the lines from it, and I was polite, straight. I did what I did, used my little quotes, and like straight away, within 3 hours, they posted to me. After like just no for a few emails where I was being just reasonable. I was just like, hey guys, you cut it off without telling me I need money, and they're like, well, you're going to pay for the FedEx, and we're only going to send it to Ireland, and your a friend can. I said, no, hang on a second. Where's my book? The old lady would never put up with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it works. It works really well. They just. It's a different language. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Speak their language and make them think that they're going to get sued, and then they'll just give you what you want.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's fun.
Well, that they're all lessons you can pass on to your little family.
Little family.
Little family.
Yeah, Pierre and
Yeah.
Magali.
We're after getting letters. They're like, give them to us. This is your homework tonight. Reply to the letters and go.
Well, you need money for this thing, because if you want to have a kid and you want to get a kid you want to just go with the flow, right? And you leave your kid in hospital, they're going to vaccinate your kid. Now that's fine if that's what you want. And how many vaccines? In America, there's like 21 now. In Australia, they have this thing where you have to get your kid vaccinated, or else they make it. You don't have to. But if you're on any benefits at all, you don't get any benefits.
Yeah, no jab, no pay, it's called.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So, like for me, I'm open to the idea of getting vaccinations. Absolutely. If you can prove to me that it's completely 100% safe, and I understand every ingredient in it, and I agree, I'm into it. But you need to prove it to me. Otherwise, I'm not willing to take the risk based on what I've seen in the past, what mistakes have been made at the expense of poor human beings.
Yeah.
So I would be very cautious and careful of that. And to be cautious and careful, that means you need to be in a position to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you might maybe have a home birth. You might need to organize it. There might be some expenses involved. Then you go in education. Do you want to do a home education? Steiner school, I like the look of them.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't like the idea of like a basic Irish education. I think that's kind of child abuse. To a certain extent, I mean, from what I've seen in schools, we were just surrounded by 30 animals spitting and hitting each other and spitting on the teacher's back and just doing horrible stuff. I was
actually laughing about you the last day to my mom. I was like, remember, because I was saying I was talking to you, and I was like, remember Aidan when he was in school, as if I was there, because I was like, I wish I was in a classroom with myself and Aidan.
That would have been more fun.
We would have had such a laugh. And then I just remember you kind of going, the face that you used to do to the teachers. Yeah.
He's doing his face, yeah. When a teacher started giving out to me, they'd raise their voice up, right? And it's not nice when you're a kid, because what do? You just you can't shout back, so you got to take it. So I used to just go and wait till they're finished. When they're finished saying what they're saying, just continue staring and go, what? Oh, they'd get so annoyed, and then when they got really angry, I'd go, don't hit me, don't hit me. Don't hit me, don't hit me. I did it to a cop once as well, who started shouting at me. So don't hit me, don't hit me.
That's his face. But yeah, the whole thing about having children, if you're going to choose to do it your own way, it's going to take a lot of, financial security to enable that to happen. Yeah,
maybe. There might be ways around it. I think there are people in Ireland who do it. How much does the Steiner school cost? 5-6 grand a year? Probably private schools cost that anyway.
It would be, yeah.
Blackrock College costs more than that, I'm sure. So yeah, I just need, I don't know, how much do you need? 80 grand a year? That's all.
Yeah.
Give me 80 grand a year. So I think I'm going to do that now at my festivals. Going to make loads of money. And I don't know, I'll have to, because I can't get a mortgage after all of the things that I've done with the banks. That's not going to happen. Yeah. I can't see the banks queuing up to give me money, although they do a lot of financial suicide errors, actions. They do. Well, they seem to maybe not. Maybe that's not true what I just said. They seem to make mistakes, but actually I think they're doing things exactly as they plan to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I can't imagine them giving me $500,000. Maybe I should change that vision. Maybe they would. I don't want their $500,000 anyway. I don't want it. I'm going to do it without them. I couldn't take money from them unless I was planning on not paying them back. See, I know I can't. But how could I? How could I borrow money from a bank after all of that?
And then somebody speaks to you in the bank. They're like, "Oh, hey, Aidan, I have your book." And you're like,
"Will you sign it for me?"
Oh, I've conformed.
No, I haven't exactly conformed. I would like to find a conscious bank, and I have. Yeah. Maybe a credit union. I could do that, or just friends. I'll work it out. It's fine. I'm not in any. I can just buy a piece of land with cash and then build something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be a little caravan to start with.
Meant for generating stuff anyway. Do you know, like, you have ways to.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
You have the vision, you have the wherewithal, and you're able to.
Where do you live, though? What do you think of all these chemtrails? Am I going to get a bit too mad here? But I don't notice them when I travel the world. But when I come back to Ireland, straight away, millions of them. Just unless we've got some different funny air here. But it's not like that around the rest of the planet, people. There's more of these. They're like cobwebs in the sky when I get to fly into Ireland.
Yeah.
So what's going on? Sodium, barium, strontium? Is it just to make us stronger, fitter, healthier? Is it to to undo global warming?
Global warming, I'd say. There's many different reasons behind it, because I think, it's the pretense of global warming, isn't it? That's the kind of the story that they put out.
I think that's what they're doing. They're saying it's to protect us from global warming. It's a weather control. That's what haven't researched it fully, but I still take iodine.
Yeah.
I think that makes me feel good at least.
Yeah, I think you need to just protect your own physical body and strengthen your system. You taking magnesium?
No, I was when I was in my house in Thailand. I just haven't since I've been back.
Yeah.
So the reason I said that is because I'd like to live in Ireland, but that would be one of the things that would make me less want to live here, because I don't know why there's cobwebs in the sky here and there's not where I live. Although there's a lot of pollution in Bangkok as well at the moment. That's where I'm staying. So that's not ideal either. I'm looking for the ideal place to live. What about County Kerry?
Kerry's amazing.
It's amazing.
You'll be down here now, isn't it, in August?
I will. I'm going to come down and visit you.
Yeah.
I'm going to visit Queen Scotia.
I'm
going to cook me some healthy food with fluoride-free water, no doubt.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Stick you in the sauna. Stick you in the sauna. Remember
oh yeah, you still got that cool, the laser red thing.
Infrared sauna. Laser red.
The laser red. I remember lasers.
I remember laser beams in your house.
Red.
Infrared sauna, it's called.
And what does it do?
Well, basically what it does is it goes in, like, you know, like a typical sauna that you go into, say, in a gym, whatever. It has the cold. Yeah?
Yes.
And that heats the outside. The heat is coming outside to in. So then your body can only tolerate, so you're basically heating up from the outside in. You know, the way the heat is coming at your body.
Okay.
So you can only stay in it for like 10 minutes, so you don't actually sweat that much. You do a bit, but not that much. Whereas the infrared sauna, it heats up very slowly, so you heat from the inside out. So you can actually physically stay in there for an hour, and your body can it actually goes very deep into your organs to pull out any toxins. So you just sweat it out then through your skin. So it's almost like having dialysis for your organs. It's like clears out all your liver, your kidneys, your lungs, all the major organs, to just flush out whatever you want to get rid of.
What's that beautiful thing that people do, kind of new agey earth camp type people, where they all go into, like, there's a little fire and you're all squeezed in together and you stay in for like half an hour or something.
Sweat lodge, is it?
What is it? Sweat lodge, thank you. Sweat lodge. It's a bit like that then, isn't it? Because you're getting rid of everything. It's like your own mini sweat lodge without having to like snuggle up to people. Yeah,
you can be in there on your own. You don't have to look at anyone.
And do you ever go in there now and have like a romantic date with Richie, or what's the...
We don't have a date in there, but we do go in.
I'm just checking.
You're such a better. Richie loves the sauna, actually.
Does he? You're blushing now. Are you just? Is that just the heat from thinking about the sauna?
You're such a messer.
Yeah.
Richie's actually in Germany at the moment.
Oh yeah, gigging.
He's touring over there. Yeah.
I hear it's culture. It's great over there.
Yeah, they're big for Irish musicians. Anyway, they really love it. There's just not the scene here. Like over there is a total different scene altogether.
Oh yeah. I want to do something with Ronan Schnuddig, if I'm pronouncing his name right. Ronan. I want to do something with him. He's the best. Or Damien Dempsey, man. He's great. You know what? We're really lucky in this country. Yeah. We've got such wonderful, talented musicians and creators.
And also I love like Damien Dempsey's like, he's also a person who kind of, it's not just about music, he's almost like a bard as well, I feel.
Yeah, he cares. He cares.
Yeah.
The power of the word that he speaks.
Yeah.
From like something deep within him.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a powerful person.
Because it's kind of, yeah, if you can.
And he cares. He did all that homeless thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if he did it, but he was part of it. Trying to do something for the homeless. Like he's dude. And they have meetings together. A bunch of the artists and different people. Damien has them at his house. Kind of like the Bog Hill thing. He organises some of those at his house, looking for things to do to make Ireland better. Yeah, he really cares, that man. I don't know him well, but from the few times I met him.
Yeah, I've met him, yeah.
He's a deep thinking guy who really wants Ireland to be everything that it can be.
But I think that's what people need, is like they need to have vision holders, and they need to have people to kind of re-energize them and, you know, feed that aspect of themselves that isn't being fed by the news or the radio or the newspapers, you know.
Ashton, don't be difficult. Would you not just, everything that's on the telly's on the telly for a reason. It's on there. It's like, it's the truth, and that's that.
That's the truth, yeah.
You start questioning the telly, where would you end up?
You end up losing your mind.
You start thinking for yourself, huh? Where would you go then if you started thinking for yourself?
What would you do with your head? What would you do with it?
Yeah.
So, well, what would be your kind of message for people so that are, what would you like to kind of leave them with?
Well, I'm always happiest when I look within myself. So for me, that's meditation. And when sometimes I find the meditation on stage for me, actually, the stillness. Where I have that deep connection, which I can have when I'm also just in deep meditation. But that's it. You got to find a place where you're at home. And for me, sometimes I have it on stage. Sometimes I have it in meditation. Sometimes I have it when I'm just connecting with a good friend. Like when I met Ronan there, I had it for that minute. There's like that sort of deep sense of home.
Yeah.
So you got to find that place wherever it is for everybody. And as you say, it's different. You know, maybe for Thomas, it's at a dolmen. For you, it's like eating organic carrots or in your infrared laser treatments.
My new favorite thing. My new favorite thing is sea swimming.
Swimming in the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. I'm always afraid of jellyfish.
Really?
I know. It's not in Ireland, but I saw one really big one in Thailand. So I have this. I can't go out too far. I start getting scared, and if I get scared, I don't enjoy it as much.
Where we are now, there's a lovely place called Feenet, and it's just beautiful for swimming. There's no.
And are you brave enough to get out there in the cold?
Oh, straight in. Well, I do kind of. I go, oh, and then I'm like, get in, and then I get in.
Sure, it was you who told me to have cold showers once.
Yeah, clear after lymphatic, but there's nothing like the sea.
Yeah, well, the sea's a big old place.
So when you come down with Lily, is it? Lily is your lady.
Yeah.
Bring your swimming costumes. And
maybe we don't have to.
I will go in skinny dipping into the water when you come down. Because August is nice.
That would be beautiful. Yes, I would very much enjoy that, and I know she would too. That's lovely chatting to you again, Aisling. I hope in some way I was added some value to you and your listeners.
Thank you so much.
Come and see comedy. Go and see Tommy Tiernan. He's great. People should go to comedy more. That's what I say. See any comedian that you like. Or see someone you don't even know. Take a risk. That's my advice. Go and see comedy. Support the arts and see comedy.
Yeah. Okay.
Aisling, you beautiful human being. Thank you so much for chatting to me. It's lovely to talk to you, to see you. And I hope you and your listeners are happy now and always.
Thanks so much, Aidan.